In this video tutorial, we're going to cover importing images into eZsports. In the previous tutorial, we filled out our Create Project page. Now we're ready to move on into the importing of images. Down at the bottom of this dialog, there's three buttons: Cancel, Save, and Import. And I think for most people at this point, they're ready to go ahead and import the images into the project. So we'll go ahead and click on the Import Images button, and that takes us to our import dialog. So at the very top here, in the upper left-hand corner, it shows us the project name that we're working within, YMCA. This button here is where we will browse for the folder of images that we want to import into eZsports, and they're located on my desktop, eZsports testing images, and I'm going to select the folder that has all the teams located in it. At this point, when you import images into eZsports, we have to select an entire folder of images to import in. I cannot go into that folder and just select 5, 6, or 7 images and import in. The importer at this point is set to do an entire folder. You can at a later time from within the project itself import any additional 1s and 2s that you might need, but you need to select an entire folder at this point. So I'll click Open. And it's got the path for the directory for where those images are located. If I wanted to prefix those files with, let's say, the photographer's initials, I could put in JL for Jeff Locklear, and it's going to keep the image name, but it will give a prefix of JL on each one of those. Don't need to do that in this case. If I'm importing from multiple folders, I can also come in here and browse and select this folder and say Open. And it'll allow me to import from multiple folders at one time. I don't need to do that in this case, so I can go ahead and just cancel out of that part of the import. Down below it says, where do you want to copy the images? Well, this is our default image saved location that we set up in our preferences. You do have the ability upon each import to browse and navigate to another location to save those images to. The way eZsports works is it's going to import your images in. During the import, it's going to copy and create a new folder of images within project folders that eZsports accesses and uses. So it works very much like EasyEvent does. Image save or backup directory, this is if you want to back them up to another location during the import process. It'll create another copy them out to, let's say, an external drive that you're using to archive all your work with. You can use that too. But in this case, that's not necessary for the purpose of this demonstration. So I've got my folder of images that I want to import into located. I'm going to go ahead and click the Import Now. And based upon the number of images that it's copying in, it could take a little bit of time if you're working with a rather large project. But you can see there's a progress bar down at the bottom that lets you know exactly how far along it is on the import. Once the import is complete, then the Go to Project button right here on the right will be available and be active so that we can move on into the project itself. And looks like we're just about done. Now we're ready. With that Go to Project button being active, we can move on into the project itself.